National Trust Bank, and then she has some other builders up in the northern part of the state. Whereabouts?
See, I'm way up in the northern part of the state. I'm in the town, I'm in the town called Post Falls, which is right next to Coeur d'Alene. Coeur d'Alene, we're only 100 miles from the Canadian border.
Yeah, Benjamin Prohaska is my brother-in-law. He lives in Coeur d'Alene.
Oh, he does?
Yeah, he is the administrator for a jazz foundation, I think, and but his wife Desiree Prohaska works for Idaho Trust. They have an office up there. So it's been a long time since I visited there, but obviously.
Well, if you ever get up there, let me know.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's such a gorgeous part of the country. It really is. I envy you for living up there. I know it gets a little rough in the winter, I'm sure, but
well, unfortunately, I live on a private road, which is very, very steep and very windy. We have 10 acres, and last year I finally invested in a snowplow, but we have been marooned up here in winter for 3 or 4 or 5 days at a time. So,
do you know my wife? I just put you on speakerphone. My wife says, "Do you know a Rich Jones by any chance?"
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
No, he lives up that way. And you know, interesting and somewhat sad. My college roommate, who died very tragically before he completed his college studies, but his family his name was Sam Rule, R-U-Y-L-E, and I think his family had a jewelry shop in Sandpoint.
Now, Sandpoint's about 60 miles from here, and I don't know anybody up there. It used to be the only ski area in the area used to be at Schweitzer, which was at Sandpoint. And
I have skied Schweitzer many times. I skied Schweitzer.
There's about 4 different ski areas around here now, which are far closer to Schweitzer, and so we always just go over to those. Schweitzer is probably the best, but it's like about an hour and 15-minute drive over there, and then you have to go up the hill to Schweitzer, and we can go down to Kellogg, and they've got Silver Mountain there, and they've got a ski lift that takes you up right from, to practically on the freeway, so it's a much easier place to go.
My wife's calling in all these names. Everyone she can think of who lives in Idaho. Bernalix? Does that happen at all familiar?
No. The truth of the matter is, I've only lived here for 6 years, so I used to live in Napa, California, and I moved up here after I retired, so I don't know a lot of people up here.
Yeah. What were you doing in Napa?
I owned a mortgage company, and then after a while, I expanded and opened up a real estate company.
I was just wondering if you were in the wine business by any chance. There are a couple of Idaho people.
No. A matter of fact, it's funny, my wife, we met on a blind date, and she had her kids come out. She's an RN, and she had her kids come out when I was living in Napa. And she said to me, probably, I said, "Could you take me wine tasting?" I said, "Absolutely," because I wanted to